Good evening, everybody. This is the Madman Mike Davis alongside Rock'n Rodge Reisner and the legend T. Fred himself. And welcome to Ritchie's Inside the Paint. This is our pilot episode. We hope to be able to bring you this kind of talking basketball for Pike County every week. We want to get all the Pike County teams here, just talk everything there is basketball. Hopefully, you know, the format's going to be maybe different, see what's going to work tonight. But we can't do this without sponsors. So if you want to jump on the sponsorship bandwagon for this, Total Media Radio, they will hook you up. Just give them a call so we can make this a weekly thing. So, fellas, you know, inaugural show. Had some good games last night. I know.
Had some very exciting games last night.
Rock'n Rodge sang to everybody. Got the Pike and Red Streaks at 2-4 now after the big win over Paint Valley. 1-2 in the SVC. The Waverly Tigers are 4-2, 1-0 in the SOC, and they're 5-2. T. Fred. So Max Preps was wrong. They had a victory over the Western Indians last night, right?
Yes, sir.
And the Indians 3-3 from Max Preps, and the Eastern Eagles 4-4. So, you know, good night of action last night. Got some games tonight too. I think the girls are playing at home for the Red Streaks. I'm not sure about anybody else, but we can go over that a little bit later. But what do you guys think so far? I mean, good. You know, we're here at Ritchie's. Want to thank Ritchie's again for allowing us to use their party room. They always take care of us, anything we need. So if you want some good food, come on down to Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue. So we're going to start with you, Rodge. Good game last night. You got to sing.
I'll tell you what, last night was exciting, and the record for the Red Streaks, it should be better. You know what I mean? I mean, just a few points here and there. Mm-hmm. The Red Streaks, they play better than what the record is.
No, I completely agree.
And
Rodge.
every week they're getting better and better.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, T. Fred? I haven't got to watch a Waverly game this year. I will next week. But what do you got for the Tigers?
Yeah, well, Tigers were looking pretty good. They shot the ball better last night. They had a better start than the previous game, but they played some good competition, and Coach KB's got them going, and they're believing in his system. And defensively, we're pretty stout. That's probably our strength right now. And if we get our offense clicking a little better, I think we're going to do some damage and have a pretty good season. But we'll let him talk about that in a minute. But, you know, all the county schools, I've been fortunate. I've covered all the teams except for Piketon. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Eastern's got a good ball club. Western's got a good ball club, a couple of good players out there, and Haggy and James. And, I mean, you can go start naming all kinds of kids that play that are, you know, doing a good job for their club. But, you know, it's still early. You know, we're week 7, week 8, or game 8, I should say, not week 8. But, you know, I've liked what I've seen, and I think a lot of the schools, and I agree with what Rod said about Piketon. You know, 2-4, you might as well throw that out the window.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they're battle tested, and every team, I think every county team has a chance to make some noise this season and into the tournament.
Completely agree with you, T. Fred. And, you know, we were, and actually your first game was a double overtime game as well this season. Our first game was a double overtime game, and you know that was a battle and could have gone either way, and that's kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, like Rod said, you know, 4 points away, the Red Streaks would have a winning record. So I mean, nothing but just good things to say about that club. So let's go ahead and take our first break. And we will be back here in about a minute. We're going to have Waverly coach
Kyle Bradley.
He's going to be joining us talking about the Waverly Tigers. So we'll be back here on 100.1 WXCQ, Total Media, yourtotalmedia.com, Total Media Radio app, Main Street TV, and the Total Media YouTube channel. So I got to get all those station IDs in there, but we'll be back here in a minute.
Baddest lifted trucks with new wheel and tire package. Chillicothe Truck. Who has all the trucks? Chillicothe Truck. Stop in today for guaranteed credit approval and the best interest rates around. Or visit us online at chillicothetruck.com or give us a call, 740-773-8782. Who has all the trucks? Chillicothe Truck.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We
talk a
thought
little
the
bit
problem
about
was our
season,
puppy.
how it's going,
But it
get
was
back to work.
actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Boost Mobile is giving families the holiday gift they really want. When you switch to Boost, you get an iPhone 11 for only $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. You get amazing service, too, because only Boost switches between the top networks to give you the best service. So stop by a Boost Mobile store and give the gift of Boost. That's an iPhone 11 for $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. Get yours at a Boost Mobile store today. Visit boostmobile.com for details. New customers and in-store only. Requires autopay and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
When we lose a loved one, our one wish is to honor their memory.
Dad meant so much, we wanted a tribute to the person he was.
Mark the passing of a loved one with a truly special observance. Talk to us for all your funeral needs. Our caring staff will help you honor their memory and make it a family tribute. Boyer Funeral Home, located in Waverly and Piketon.
You got it, T-Fred.
All righty, welcome back to the show. And again, it's the first show, the pilot show, as Mike mentioned, in the paint. Mike, you came up with that. How did that even come about?
I have no idea, T-Fred. We were just Nathan Maynard and I were just kind of going back and forth trying to figure just things out about getting this set up. And I just said, hey, what about Ritchie's Inside the Paint? And he said, I love it. So we went with it.
That's a good call. It's a good call. Well, we do have our first guest, and Coach Kyle Bradley from the Waverly Tigers. And, Coach, first of all, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I think we need a little more of today's hit music.
Today's hottest music, Q100.
Did a full 180, crazy.
All right, we're back. We apologize. Some technical difficulties there.
And Hot Rod took care of it. Good
Yes,
man.
he does.
He's
The
good.
Porterhouse.
That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, we do have Coach Bradley. And, Coach, first of all, a lot of people, you're a new kid on the block, and I've said this kind of in the first interview we had after game one. But kind of, since this is like TV now, kind of go back through your roots and how you came to this job and how things are going.
Yeah, so I spent 7 years in the SVC at Adena and Huntington. This is obviously my first year at Waverly. I'm originally from Northern Ohio, the Marion area. Met my wife up there, moved down here. She's from this area, so that's what brought me to Southern Ohio.
Now, you went to the same school as, was it Diebler? Is that?
I coached. I spent some
coached
time
there,
at
okay.
Upper Sandusky for 3 years, but I'm a graduate from Marion Elgin.
Okay, Marion Elgin. All right, gotcha. Well, anyway, you got the Tigers at 5-2. Tell us a little bit about the season thus far.
Yeah, it's been a really good group to coach. It's been exciting to get in the gym with them every single day. I feel like each week we kind of take a step forward, and we've been in some really tight games, which has kind of helped develop our identity. Right out the get-go. You guys talked about it earlier, overtime win at Southeastern, which I thought was really huge for our confidence to get us started, just to experience a win, get some buy-in, and continue to build off of that win. We're playing a mix of guys, some returning guys as well as some younger guys. So each week it kind of, guys are filling in and then, stepping into new roles, and we're just pushing buttons as a coach, trying to get guys to step out of their comfort zone with that young group that we have. You don't really know who's going to step up each night. So for us, that's kind of been the struggle, but also a blessing at the same time.
Well, and I mentioned earlier, and you can correct me on this, but I said right now defensively we're pretty solid, and we're coming as an offense.
Yeah, we're doing a good job defensively. We're holding teams to 45 points, and we talked about that from the get-go. We know that night in and night out offense can be a struggle for us. We don't have a guy that's going to go get us 30 a night or 25 a night or 20 a night. So collectively we got to share the basketball on the offensive end, but we have to buy in and play good connected defense.
Well, now talking about the league, the SOC. Now it's 3 divisions this year, but we're still kind of the same basically for what we've been playing. Your thoughts on league play and who's tough and where we're going with it?
The entire league's tough.
Yes, it is.
So we'll just get that out there. I think there's a D3 team that can make a lot of noise and a D4 team that's really talented that can make a lot of noise. So we definitely have our hands full. We've been talking about that throughout the non-league games that we've played in our early season schedule. It's not about the opponent. It's about a level of excellence every single night because of how tough our league's going to be. We've got an opportunity to watch a lot of teams, and every team does something really well. If they're not overly talented, they have a great identity, or either they do something specific defensively or offensively, or are really physical. And then the teams that are at the top of the league, Minfords, the Wheelersburgs, the Southwesters, they're all got really nice pieces that make every night really tough.
Well, that's a fact, and we're getting ready to turn over to league play. We got Northwest coming Friday night. Your thoughts on that game?
It's technically a non-league game still with the new divisions, but
Right.
Obviously Connor Lentz is a really nice player. The Bowling kid, the Jenkins kid, good pieces next to him. So, it's going to be a tough matchup. They're a super physical team. They're really well coached. They're disciplined. You don't get anything easy. So you got to be right. You got to execute, and you got to do all the little things really well.
Well, so far, and I know you've been here, since summer and got things rolling, and they got you. What do they got you doing at the high school as far as?
I teach physical education at the junior high, and then I teach weightlifting or strength building with my basketball guys and a few other guys.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. And that keeps you in shape, don't it?
Yeah. So it's been a nice deal. The community's been fantastic. The school district's been super supportive. So my family's excited about it. My kids are enrolled at Waverly. We really enjoy everything about it.
G-Man's probably too busy to holler.
Yeah, he's probably playing.
He's busy
on the phone.
I was gonna say we got him on TV tonight and let him holler, but yeah, good stuff. And like I said, we're going to try to do this. Mike, are we going to kind of like rotate schools every week, or how are we going to do this?
Well, so I'd like to get 2 schools maybe every week. So maybe next time we get Eastern and Western, and then just kind of rotate back and forth, and maybe throw in some of the girl squads too. That's kind of my idea. We'll see if it pans out.
That sounds like good stuff. That sounds pretty good. Good start for round 1, I guess. I think.
Well, Coach, yeah, I wanted to just ask you, what do you think of Pike County now? Coming down here to coach and teach and live and.
Yeah, well, I mean, Southern Ohio is so much different from Northern Ohio. I try to explain to everybody when I moved down here. It's a really tight-knit. Families are really close together. I don't, if you're not from here, you can't. It's nice to be around it. It's a real change for me. It's a lifestyle now. I've lived it for 7 years, and Ross County and Pike County are really similar. I've enjoyed everything about Pike County and Waverly, and the support of the school and the communities. In my experience and my stops, it's second to none. So really thankful for the opportunity.
Well, good. That's glad to hear. We're glad to have you down here. So you said you got Northwest Friday.
Yeah.
Then you're going to be off, and you play again
at Piketon.
Yeah. So you know how big of a rivalry that is, right? At least it was in my day. I think it still is today.
We've played 2 Pike County schools so far. Pretty much toss out the records. Everybody plays pretty hard. The kids are, they're up for those games, and we're looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it too. I think both stations are going to be there to call it. So T-Fred and his group, and me and my group will be there, and we'll be on Main Street TV, video streaming the game as well. So we're really looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to that one since I got the schedule.
Sounds good.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming down, and enjoy your softball outing with your daughter here in a few minutes. And if you guys haven't heard, she's a heck of a player. So we'll check her in the spring, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks a lot. Coach Kyle Bradley, the Waverly Tigers, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Yes, sir. Back on 100.1 WXCQ, YourTotalMedia.com, Main Street TV, and all the others that I'm forgetting right now. Back in a few.
The holidays are here yet again, and Rent-to-Own has dropped our TV prices to the lowest of the year. Get an LG 70-inch 4K smart TV for only $30 a week. That's a huge holiday savings. And a 65-inch LG 4K smart TV is only $20 per week. Go big this holiday season with a 75-inch 4K smart TV, only $35 per week. These are insane prices, but we're Yeti for it. Shop in store or online at www.r20.com.
Hi, I'm Ed Bressler, General Manager for your hometown Chevrolet. I'm all about the deals, so when you're tired of shopping on the road for a good deal, remember, you can always come home. At your hometown Chevrolet, we have the hometown advantage, complete with 2 years of free maintenance and a 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. We have access to the largest selection of pre-owned inventory in the area, so we have your vehicle. Your hometown Chevrolet. Land of the free, home of the save.
Need an oil change? Stop into Quick Stop Lube and Tire at 627 West Street in Piketon. Need tires for your passenger vehicle, truck, or tractor? Stop into Quick Stop Lube and Tire at 627 West Street in Piketon. Quick Stop Lube and Tire will also replace those worn-out brakes, struts, shocks, and more. Quick Stop Lube and Tire at 627 West Street in Piketon. Open from 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till noon on Saturday. Call 289-4268 or 289-4100 for Quick Stop Lube and Tire.
Are you tired of spending hours in the urgent care waiting room? This flu season, Valley View Health Centers is your one-stop family practice with same-day appointment availability, rapid testing, and on-site pharmacy. You can get tested, know your results, and get your medication before you leave. Call 740-947-7726 to get an appointment. When it comes to promotional items for your school, Graphics Network is the champion with a fantastic selection of custom-designed printables and giveaway items for any event. Southern Ohio's specialist in custom-designed banners and signs. Available in different sizes and materials, Graphics Network is the leader in sports promotion to show your school spirit. Score big with Graphics Network in the heart of Waverly on the corner of North High Street and US 23. Call them at 740-941-3771 or visit them on Facebook today.
And welcome back to Ritchie's Inside the Paint here on 100.1 WXEQ, yourtotalmedia.com, Total Media radio app, Total Media on YouTube, and finally, Main Street TV on Facebook. I'm the Madman alongside Rock'n Rodge, and joining us now is Coach Kyle Miller. I know we talked to you last night a little bit, Coach, but thanks for coming out and welcome.
Oh, absolutely.
And just to kind of get things started with you, I'd like to, for those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're a Red Streak. What year did you graduate?
2005.
Don't laugh. I graduated in 98.
2005. These guys called me old.
Oh, so you obviously played basketball for the Red Streaks, played all 4 years with Piketon. Were you coached by Carino?
Coach Green was my freshman through junior year.
Okay, yeah, and then was it Lyseth after that? Okay.
I was Lyseth's first year. My senior year was his first year, Coach Lyseth.
Okay, so 2005, then you graduated from Piketon. Then what did you do?
I played college basketball at a small school in Cleveland, Notre Dame College, D2 school on the east side of Cleveland. I actually finished up my career. My senior year, I came back down to Shawnee, played my senior year at Shawnee, and then spent a little bit of time overseas after that.
Okay, playing ball overseas?
Yep.
And then you come back and...
Yeah, my first coaching, the way the Australian season worked, my first coaching job was actually junior high basketball at Western.
Okay.
And then they asked me the next year to take the JV job, and then the year after that they asked me to take the varsity job. So my first varsity job, head coaching job, was at Western from 2014 through 2017, 3 years.
Okay, and then you came to Piketon, right?
Yep. So then 2 years as an assistant with Travis at Waverly. Taught there for 2 years, and then Piketon had asked me after those 2 years to take the Piketon job.
So what year would that be then?
That would have been my first year would have been 2019, 2020. Yep. So the COVID shutdown would have happened the spring of my first year.
Okay. I'm just trying to kind of quantify all that in my head. So
this is my fifth year at Piketon.
Okay, and you teach at Piketon?
Yes.
What do you teach?
I have a similar schedule to Coach Bradley. I have advanced PE for 3 periods with a lot of our athletes, our basketball guys, a lot of football guys, a couple female athletes sprinkled in there, and then I have a class of psychology and sociology, and then I have 2 classes of world history, which is we kind of run it like current events.
Mm-hmm. Psychology and sociology.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'm a sociology minor, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting. They didn't have that back in the '90s at Piketon.
Oh, I love it. It's one of my
really
favorite
cool.
parts of the day.
I could actually talk about that all day, but we're not going to do that. So let's talk about your season.
Yep.
You're what is the record? 2-4.
2-4. Yep.
2-4. 1-2 in the SVC. But like we said it last night. We said it again tonight. The record really doesn't reflect the level of play, in my opinion. 4 points away from having a winning record. 2 games that really could have just gone either way, kind of the way the cookie crumbles. So, let's talk about your season. So just kind of give us Give us your thoughts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We've talked to our guys a number of times, and I think they understand it, that we are a rectifying turnovers away from, right? So we're that situation away from potentially being undefeated through this point. I mean,
Absolutely.
you mentioned the Western game, 1-point loss. Adena was a 1-point loss, but even Eastern, which was double digits, and Zane Trace, which was double digits, they got probably 14 or 15 more shots than us on each of those individual nights, and so it's tough to overcome that against good teams, and those guys are good teams. So we feel very optimistic that we're going to figure it out. The kids are going to figure it out, and that I think our best basketball is ahead of us. I truly do.
Well, I agree.
I agree with that.
And I was pretty confident in our stats, and we're tracking progress in the turnovers and rebounds and everything. Am I correct in that? Because I did my point stats last night, and I was off by a point. I don't know how I did that, but so I just want to make sure. I mean, am I correct in that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep, Western was 28. Eastern was 21 off the top of my head. Our third game would have been Adena. Yeah, and I think we got that down to 17 or 18.
I thought it was under 20.
And then Valley after that, correct?
Yes.
And we got that down to 16, I believe. And then Zane Trace, which kind of bumped back up to 23. And then last night was 14.
Okay. Yeah, we had actually less than that. So I think we had under 10.
Yeah.
So we must have. I don't know what happened. It was Roger singing, got me all off. I mean, I didn't even get the final score, so it's your fault. But I mean, progress.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I mean, that's good. And everything we talk about it, a little bit post game. It just seems like every game builds on the last one.
Yeah, and it takes the Valleys, and it takes the game last night against Paint Valley. It takes us coming through on the good side of those situations to build that confidence and build that trust. And I would be concerned if our kids showed up a different way than how they do in practice. But these guys, I mean, it's every practice. There's a ton of enthusiasm. There's incredible efforts. We make mistakes in practice, but we think that's a beneficial practice. We think that's a practice that mirrors the game, and we'll slowly but surely figure it out, and the kids will slowly but surely get comfortable in those situations. And like I said, I think we will bust through at some point, and I feel like we're on the brink of it. It's just you just got to keep plugging away.
Absolutely, and let's hope for a big breakthrough next Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
It would make my day. And what I've said is, I know you guys can't go back and listen to the broadcast yet, but every time we win, this guy right here sings.
I sing.
It's funny because they sing as well.
I was gonna cue it up here, but I couldn't get it in time. I had court late, so. But if you guys beat Waverly, he's going to sing, and I'm going to do it too.
Okay.
And I'll make sure to record it for everybody to laugh at me, because I played it in the courthouse for him today, and everybody enjoyed it. But so anyway, I mean, let's talk about your squad. One senior.
Yep.
Brent McGuire. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, Brent is he's a kid that I think from the time that we had him as a freshman didn't get to. I don't think people realize. He didn't get his freshman year.
No, he did not.
Because of an injury that was suffered outside of basketball. He lost a whole year of development, and then we kind of relied on him heavily as a sophomore to help us bring the basketball up the floor with Levi and Trey in that group. And then, last year, his role has steadily progressed. And Brent's he's a tough kid. I think he's a physically tough kid. I think he's a mentally tough kid. You can see that he's taken the coaching well. And he's a big piece of everything that we're trying to do.
One thing I noticed about him, it just seems like no matter what, he's always got a smile on his face.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, he's always smiling. Yeah. So he's the only senior.
Only senior, yep.
And you got a few juniors.
Yep. So we have 5 juniors: Declan, Garrett Legg, Leighton Kelly, Mason Thacker, and then Trey Schoolcraft.
Now, G-Bird, as we call him, actually made a little history, didn't he?
Yeah, triple-double. I think Coach Childers would know. He's the historian, second-tier historian, okay? He's not first-tier. He's second-tier. But I think seventh in school history. Seventh, is that right? Yeah, so 7th in school history. And those don't come around often.
No,
I mean, those
not at all.
Those are like league championships. They do not come around very often.
So what you're telling me is I can ask him all the trivia questions
100%,
that I want about
100%. I mean, keep him up all night.
We wanted maybe we should start doing some trivia questions. We did one when during football about when Piketon became the Red Streaks, and like was that 47 T Fred, something like that. So I mean, yeah, we're digging for that. So I'm definitely going to go to Nate now that you told me that.
Oh, he'll 100% put his work off and talk to you all day. He won't get anything done at work. Yeah, 100%.
So Nate, obviously one of your assistant coaches, Nathan Childers. Who are your other coaches?
Nate's been with me from the very beginning This is my 10th or 11th year total of coaching, and Nate's only not been involved my 2 years at Waverly and then 1 year at Western, my last year at Western. So he's been with me since the very beginning. We've kind of morphed into brothers because of this fraternity, and then we also have B-Dad, who is our stat guy. I mean, he's incredible. He does all of our stuff in practice. We track a lot of stuff in practice. He does all of our iPad stats live in the game, so we can kind of look at things live for adjustments or just trends. And then we have Coach Dunn, who played for me at Western and Waverly, is our JV coach. He was our junior high coach for a few years before we brought him up to high school. Coach Ennis is our freshman coach who was junior high as well. He's from the Springfield area, played a couple years of college basketball, so he's got a wealth of experience. And then Coach Carino, who I played for, is volunteering for us, which has been really fun but also stressful at times. It's like it's a weird situation for me because you're constantly wondering, and it's a good thing, but because of how much I value his opinion, how much I value what he brings, I'm always kind of wondering like where his thoughts are sometimes. So we have a lot of discussion, so it's been really cool, and I'm sure he'd admit as well it's weird for him, being a former player of his, and now he's on my staff. And I would put our staff up against anybody.
And you said Coach Ennis, right? Yeah, I think he tried to talk to us at the Valley game. I wasn't sure who he was. I mean, I knew he was a coach, but I'm glad you gave me his name. Thank you. And I Coach Carino was the head coach. I think the last maybe 2 years that I was in school, maybe first one, I can't remember, but definitely it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Definitely glad to see him out there, and I think you got a good staff, and you got a couple players over here.
Yeah.
I see the beast over there, Bo Henry.
We've got nicknames for all of them.
Yeah, we have developed so at away games when we don't listen to we can't hardly hear the starting lineup. So I recorded one. And we put it behind music, came up with nicknames for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So, we have G-Bird, we call Brent the Enforcer because we couldn't think of anything else. I got the Beast over here, and we call Declan the Swindler. And there's a backstory behind that.
It sounds like it.
But we call him the Swindler, and then Mason Thacker is Lightning McQueen because he's faster than fast and quicker than quick. So we give everybody nicknames whether they like it or not.
That's great. That's great stuff.
What you got for him, Raj?
Well, Coach, after the big win last night, how was the guys in practice?
Oh, it's good. We always do some sort of film review, and we did something a little bit different today. We did film in the gym and kind of did film and then did segments of practice and then went back to film and then went back to segments of practice. And, I thought it was really good. So we could kind of, what we talked about in film, we could apply immediately on the floor. And then as they're getting water, we'd go back to a couple clips of film and then apply that immediately on the floor to get that instant feedback. Because these guys watch film but maybe they just don't quite understand what we're trying to walk them through. So then we physically put them through it as well, so we can make those adjustments. It's always a shorter day after a game, so we went hour and 15 minutes hard, and we're live a majority of the time. Very rare we're not live, so we try to take care of their bodies by making sure that we shorten up those practice days. So it was a good day, and then tomorrow we're off completely because we have such a big break that we're taking the kids down to Marshall. UNC Wilmington plays Marshall at Marshall tomorrow, so we'll go down there and spend some time together, and then we'll get back at it on Friday.
Nice.
I know last night was a hard physical game underneath the basket. I mean, they was fighting.
Oh, absolutely, and we have we are of our 12 varsity kids. All of them play big minutes, right? You've got these guys that are six that play in our rotation varsity wise play big minutes, but then our six that play JV, they play the majority of the JV game as well. So always want to make sure that when we're in practice, we expect full go, and we'll take care of ourselves by making sure that we don't go too long. So we hour and 15 minutes hard, and then move on.
Well, like we talked. Piketon's getting better each week, and I can't wait to sing Friday night when they play Waverly.
Like I said, we sing as well.
I'm going to join him
as well.
Yeah,
and just Paint Valley, the victory last night. You touched on it a little bit last night. You you said Paint Valley was kind of struggling, but after watching them play, like I think they're probably another team whose record really doesn't reflect how well they play. So I mean, for you guys to get that victory, I think it is just it's great. And I mean, because that was we were on the edge of our seat the entire game. When I came home, I was still amped up. I couldn't go to sleep, so I mean, I'm sure these guys did, but just a hard. I mean, it was a physical game, a good game. Looking at some of the points from them last night, you mentioned it. Braylon Robertson only 9 points.
Yep.
And that is one kid that I've seen play many times. There's been lots of battles between the swindler over there and Braylon over the years, and I know he can shoot the lights out. So it was very impressive that you guys were able to shut him down. And like I said, you touched on that last night, that you were able to shut him down to 9 points, and really most of the other team, and get the good victory. So.
Yeah, you're anytime, similar to what Coach Bradley said about Pike County teams when they match up against each other. Anytime you go on the road in conference play, you can throw the records out the window. It's just about, sometimes it's just about survival at that point. Surviving with the win, and I've got the utmost respect for Coach Lockery and what he does, and any team that's got Braylon Robertson involved. I mean, he's been around basketball his whole life. His dad is a high level coach. His older brother, is obviously a high level player, so he knows the game. So. You get out of there with a W. It doesn't matter what the records were.
Well, and I think like that just shows how I think well put together our team is, and how how good they can play. So kudos to them, kudos to you.
Oh, we appreciate it.
Anything else for him, Raj?
I just can't wait till the season progresses and the Red Streaks, they're going to be on fire.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, thank you again, Coach, for coming down. I know you guys had practice, so we'll let you get out of here. We're going to go ahead and take a break here on 100.1 WXCQ. You are watching Ritchie's Inside the Paint, sponsored by Ritchie's. And also we have a new sponsor, Brewster's Real Estate and Auction House. Thanks to Tommy. Showed up at my house last night and said, sign me up. So we definitely appreciate him. With that being said, like I said, we're here live on Main Street TV, on Facebook, on 100.1 WXCQ, Total Media Radio app, yourtotalmedia.com. We're simulcasting across multiple platforms. So if you want to join that sponsorship bandwagon, jump on, sponsor, so we can do some more live streams, more shows, more videos. Are we ready to take a break, fellas? All right, well, I haven't. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, we'll just let you go, Coach. You just send whoever you want. If you want to talk to Nate, we'll talk to Nate. Talk to one of the kids, just whoever you want. Thank you again, Coach. We appreciate it, and good luck. Good luck on Friday.
The swindler.
So Childers is eating. He's of Hillsboro. And like I said, we're also got Brewster's Real Estate and Auction House. So now we are joined by the swindler, Junior Declan Davis. Introduce yourself.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, Deck?
I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing?
We're
Going
here.
good,
We're
buddy.
good. Did you get you some pizza?
Not yet, actually.
Did you get you some gas?
Yes, I did. I filled up.
I had to transfer money to him so he'd get gas.
Yep.
Roger, you said you wanted to handle the interview of the swindler. Go for it, big dog.
So, Swindler, what do you think about your nickname we gave you?
I like it.
Do you?
I do. I think it fits me pretty well with how I play, and I like it.
So, last night's game, it was a pretty physical game for you.
Yeah, I'm used to having those type of games. I myself make sure that I always give 110%, and I just make sure that I'm out there battling, and make sure that when I leave that court, I leave everything out there and have no regrets.
So, tell us about, you got your mouth busted open last night?
Yes, I did, and I can tell you what, that hurt very bad. And Braylon, he's a very strong and very tough kid, obviously very good at football and all that, and hurt a lot. I will say that.
So did you catch an elbow in the mouth, or?
Yes, I did. I was actually guarding him on a pull-up, and he tended to swing his arm around and got me right in my mouth and popped me.
So what do you think about how's the season going to go on from here?
I think our season is we've had some rough moments, but, in order to have good moments, you got to have the rough moments. And, me, my teammates, and my coaches, we're looking forward to the season as it progresses, and we're very confident and have high hopes of the season, and we're looking forward to it.
I know, as we've talked about, each week the Red Streaks are getting better and better.
Yeah, like Coach talked about how we've progressed with our turnovers. We're very strong and very keen to making sure that we limit ourselves to 15 or less turnovers. And, we've, like you said, we've progressed, and, we're very happy and very, happy with everything that we've done and all that.
So, Madman, you got anything for him?
Well, how was your practice tonight? Now, I always get the after-action report from you when you come home from practice, and we talk about things. How was it tonight? I haven't got to do that to you.
It was a really good practice. I got my first ever milkshake, and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, speaking of that, so Coach Miller asked this question last night, and we looked and checked, and this is, I believe, your first ever charge taken.
First ever charge.
I know for high school for sure, and I think even junior high. Now, I'm not sure about the travel, all the travel games you played over the years, but Randy and I couldn't think of one. So yeah, last night your first ever milkshake, your first ever charge. So today your first ever milkshake. What flavor was it?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter, yeah.
Did you eat it all?
Oh yeah, I had it down before I even left the school parking lot.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. So anything else you want to talk about, Deck?
Just thank you guys for having me on here, and looking forward to next Friday.
Yes, we're looking forward to next Friday too. Now, Declan has been able to hear Rock'n Rodge sing because I play the podcast for him.
Yep.
And if you guys win Friday, we're both going to sing.
You're going to sing?
He's going to sing it with me.
Have you ever heard me sing?
I've heard you sing every now and then.
No, you haven't. Maybe while I was in the shower, but yeah.
Well, he's acting. It's not good.
It's probably not. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Any shout-outs, Deck?
Just none that I can think of right now.
None, really?
Shout out my mom and Sissy at home and all that.
Anybody else? Like your girlfriend?
I guess I should shout out Peyton Greathouse. Working at Wits right now, making the money.
Is she tuned in?
I don't know, actually.
Well, she shouldn't be if she's working.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
All right, so we're good. Porterhouse on sending it back for some breaks. All right, Declan, well, thank you for coming on. Appreciate you, and we'll definitely have you guys back.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll be back here in a couple minutes on 100.1 WXEQ with the Inside the
Williams
Paint.
Hardware, your trustworthy hardware store located at 13192 State Route 124, offers feed, plumbing supplies, electrical, fishing licenses, and much more. Pretty Things Floral and Gift Shop, located inside Williams Hardware, are ready to help you with all your special occasions. Birthdays, anniversaries, wedding, funerals, and more. Williams Hardware and Pretty Things Floral and Gift Shop, 13192 State Route 124. Dale and Kathy Williams support the Western Indians.
Who has 250 trucks in stock? Chillicothe Truck. Who has 150 diesels to choose from? Chillicothe Truck. Who has the best selection of 2018, 19, and 20 models, almost like new? Chillicothe Truck. Who has the baddest looking trucks with new wheel and tire packages? Chillicothe Truck. Who has all the trucks? Chillicothe Truck. Stop in today for guaranteed credit approval and the best interest rates around. Or visit us online at chillicothetruck.com or give us a call, 740-773-8782. Who has all the trucks? Chillicothe Truck.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Boost Mobile is giving families the holiday gift they really want. When you switch to Boost, you get an iPhone 11 for only $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. You get amazing service, too, because only Boost switches between the top networks to give you the best service. So stop by a Boost Mobile store and give the gift of Boost. That's an iPhone 11 for $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. Get yours at a Boost Mobile store today. Visit boostmobile.com for details. New customers and in-store only. Requires autopay and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
When we lose a loved one, our one wish is to honor their memory.
Dad meant so much, we wanted a tribute to the person he was.
Mark the passing of a loved one with a truly special observance. Talk to us for all your funeral needs. Our caring staff will help you honor their memory and make it a family tribute. Boyer Funeral Home, located in Waverly and Piketon.
The weather is sponsored by Great Clips, located in the Bailey Square in Waverly. Great Clips, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, 9 to 6 on Saturday, and 10 to 5 on Sunday. At Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Your side of Valley weather is calling for mostly clear skies overnight tonight. Low is going to drop down into the mid-20s. And tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies with highs climbing up into the mid to upper 40s. For tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows again in the upper 20s.
And welcome back, everybody, to Inside the Paint, presented by Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue. And again, they got that pizza over there, and smelling awful good, Rock'n Rodge.
It smells real good.
No, but we're over here. And look, we have
the
another
Beast.
Guest. That is your new nickname.
Yeah.
The Beast.
Yep.
How do we come up with that, Rodge? Let him know.
You're just a beast underneath, buddy. I mean, no two questions. You are the beast underneath, and I love it.
Yep. I try to be the biggest beast out there.
Well, you are, buddy.
We say you're like a D9 bulldozer. D9 cat. You just shovel them out, just push them out of the way, man. It's a thing of beauty.
It's the easiest way to score down there.
Yes, it is.
Get them out of the way.
That right.
Just get them out of the way. So tell us about a little bit about yourself and something about your season so far.
I'm one of the starting five for Piketon High School. I'm a sophomore this year. And so far, our season is...
You're 2-4, yeah?
2-4. And I'm looking forward to next Friday already. Always working for the next one.
Mm-hmm. You guys really, I think, should be 4-2.
Yeah.
Just the way you all have played. Just an amazing first game of the season, double overtime.
Yeah.
Just one of those. It was really fun for us to call, and wish I had it recorded so I could go back and listen to it. But and the Adena game was the same way. Just really fun to call. Just a good game. Last night was amazing. So what do you tell us your thoughts about very physical game, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, very physical. Very physical.
What's your thoughts about it, son?
Man, I just enjoyed being out there. It was really fun to be down in the paint, banging around. It's probably my favorite part of the game is being down there and hitting people. Legal way.
Yeah.
Legal way.
Yeah.
Well, you all didn't bust no lips or anything last night.
No, I didn't.
But yeah, it was a hard fought game. Raj, what do you got for him?
Buddy, I like how you boxed out last night. I mean, that was perfection.
Yep.
How many rebounds did you come up with last night?
I'm not sure straight off the top of my head, but I want to say I had more than 5. So.
I think you had more than 5. I think you had close to 10, maybe. But we got excited last night, and my stats got all off. So, really, we were on the edge of our seat all game. You saw us; we were right there on the stage. The action was right underneath us. It was just great to watch.
Yep.
The fan in me came out a lot last night. I had to actually make an apology to the refs on air because I wasn't real happy with things. But that's kind of what it's like to be a fan. You get kind of get into it because we were into it. And like I said, those are some of the best games to call. And even last year playing against Paint Valley was a good game up there in Bainbridge. So, I'm glad you guys were able to come out with a victory.
Yes. Yep. It was very much needed, too.
Very much needed. Rod?
I'm good.
Anything else you want to say? I mean, how
shout-outs you want to give out?
Shout out to my mom, my grandma, and, of course, the girlfriend. So,
you want to name the girlfriend?
Claire Napier.
Okay.
So I got a question for you. When you're out there, top of the key, you feel comfortable shooting those threes?
Oh, yeah, always.
Do you?
You look comfortable. I mean, it's natural.
Yeah.
So, all right. And how'd practice go tonight?
Very, very tough. It was a good practice. Like he said, it was only an hour and 15, but it was a really go at it, hard practice. So.
All right. Well, if you ain't got anything else, anything else you want to say, Bo? I mean, look, you got all these cameras on you. You're on the radio. I'm sure your mom and your grandma are listening, and Bobby and everybody.
I've got nothing else.
All right. Well, we'll let you go then. Go get you some pizza.
Oh, I will do that. We'll do that.
Next Friday, let's see the beast come out.
Oh, yeah.
So, I didn't know if you heard. He sings after every Piketon victory.
Uh-huh.
Yep. You win, I sing.
It's god-awful, but he does.
And
if
the
you all
Madman
win,
is going to join me next week.
I'm going to do it, and then I'll cut it, and I'll post it for everybody to listen to.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be tuning into that.
I'll make sure you all hear it. So get us a victory, especially against Waverly.
Yep.
As a Red Streak myself, yeah, victory against Waverly is always good.
Yep, always.
All right. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate you
Thank
coming
you.
in. Yeah, that was Bo Henry, the Beast, sophomore, number 50. You hear us tune into the games. You hear us talking about him a lot, Raj.
Yes, we do.
I mean, just a beast underneath, inside the paint, and good rebounder, and he's a threat from all levels too. Top of the key, 3-pointers. I mean, whatever he can do it.
And like we talked about, and I keep saying it, Piketon's getting better each week, and I can't wait to see what the season brings.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take another break, and we're going to come back with Coach Nathan Childers, who's got a hot take for us, and we'll close out the show here. Ritchie's Inside the Paint on 100.1 WXCQ, yourtotalmedia.com, Total Media Radio app, Main Street TV on Facebook, and Total Media YouTube channel. So one of those platforms, you can check us out, and if you're interested in sponsoring, if you like what you're watching or listening to, yourtotalmedia.com. Jump on the sponsorship bandwagon. We love to have you. We want to have all this equipment as much as we can. We definitely will be live streaming the Waverly game too. So we'll be back here in a couple minutes to wrap up the show.
The holidays are here yet again, and Rent-to-Own has dropped our TV prices to the lowest of the year. Get an LG 70-inch 4K smart TV for only $30 a week. That's a huge holiday savings. And a 65-inch LG 4K smart TV is only $20 per week. Go big this holiday season with a 75-inch 4K smart TV, only $35 per week. These are insane prices, but we're Yeti for it. Shop in store or online at www.r2o.com.
Hi, I'm Ed Bressler, General Manager for your hometown Chevrolet. I'm all about the deals, so when you're tired of shopping on the road for a good deal, remember, you can always come home. At your hometown Chevrolet, we have the hometown advantage, complete with 2 years of free maintenance and a 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. We have access to the largest selection of pre-owned inventory in the area, so we have your vehicle. Your hometown Chevrolet, land of the free, home of the save.
Need an oil change? Stop into Quick Stop Lube and Tire at 627 West Street in Piketon. Need tires for your passenger vehicle, truck, or tractor? Stop into Quick Stop Lube and Tire at 627 West Street in Piketon. Quick Stop Lube and Tire will also replace those worn-out brakes, struts, shocks, and more. Quick Stop Lube and Tire at 627 West Street in Piketon. Open from 8 a.m. to 4:45 p.m. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till noon on Saturday. Call 289-4268 or 289-4100 for Quick Stop Lube and Tire.
Are you tired of spending hours in the urgent care waiting room? This flu season, Valley View Health Centers is your one-stop family practice with same-day appointment availability, rapid testing, and on-site pharmacy. You can get tested, know your results, and get your medication before you leave. Call 740-947-7726 to get an appointment. The weather is sponsored by Great Clips, located in the Bailey Square in Waverly. Great Clips open Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, 9 to 6 on Saturday, and 10 to 5 on Sunday. At Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Your side of Valley weather is calling for mostly clear skies overnight tonight. Low is going to drop down into the mid-20s. Then tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies with highs climbing up into the mid to upper 40s. For tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows again in the upper 20s.
Welcome back to Ritchie's Inside the Paint on Total Media, all across the Total Media platforms. I said it enough tonight. Not going to say it again. So we got T-Fred beside me, and we are joined by Piketon assistant coach Nathan Childers. You're no stranger to the Chili Dog. You're no stranger to this, Chili.
Well, I've been hired and retired and been fired multiple times through the course of the radio lifetime, but it's been a lot of fun. Freddie and I go all the way back to probably 20 years ago. We started doing Waverly football games, and we went back and forth between that, and we've done a lot of Piketon games, Eastern and Western along the way. So it's been a lot of fun. But I'm glad that Madman has taken over.
Hey, I'm having a blast. I don't know how good of a job I'm doing, but I am having a blast. You can ask everybody. I just sit with this stuff all evening and just program all kinds of cool stuff in here. But so Coach Miller said you are the man when it comes to Piketon history.
Well, he said I was the secondary.
Second tier. So is he number one?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and name drop him because I know who's number one, and that's Mr. Scott Legg.
Scott Legg.
Scott Legg is
yeah.
number one.
Yep.
He by far is the historian for all things Piketon basketball. He's done a phenomenal job. I call it the memoirs, but he kind of provided Kyle and myself a couple years ago with basically the entire program history for Piketon basketball, 102 years of it. It's got just about every game, every record, you know, how many championships, individual point records, assist records, you name it, it's all in there. It's got every result for every opponent that we've ever played. So we've got that type of info. He's even got an entire full section on the Piketon and Waverly rivalry. So it's very, very impressive what he has. And so basically all I've done is just kind of taken it and just added to it as we've been on the staff. So it was 99.9% Scott Legg, and you know, just the last couple of years I've been keeping it up.
I would actually love to get a copy of that somehow, so we can start doing some trivia and sprinkling in some facts during the games.
Yeah.
So,
Chili's got a good trivia right now.
Yeah. Well, let's hear it. That's why we wanted to get you on last. What do you got for us?
Well, first off, that's what I wanted to say to you guys about the about Garrett's triple double was that's how we knew that, right?
Mm-hmm.
We knew that it was a feat that doesn't come on very often, right? And I know when Coach and I kind of saw that when their stats came back the next day, we were like, man, Garrett had triple double, you know. And we, of course, the first thing we had to do was go back and verify. We wanted to make sure that there was all accurate stats, so we did. And then I pulled up the memoirs, and I was like, man, there's only 6 of these that's ever happened before until now. So that was really, really impressive. It was actually the first one since Kyle Volgamore in 2004.
KV 23.
Yep, that's right. That was the first one. So almost 20 years ago is when the last one happened. So that was a huge feat. And then of course we talked about the Piketon and Waverly rivalry. The crazy thing is, and Freddie, you can attest to this just because of how long you've been around the Waverly program. Waverly and Piketon, they used to play a lot, right, back in the 50s and the 60s.
Right.
And then after that, you know, the reality of it was Waverly became a lot bigger school. They were having a ton of success at the time. They moved into a different conference, and they made the decision at that point that they just weren't going to play anymore. And they didn't play again until the early 1990s when they created the Pike County Holiday Classic.
Right.
Yes, we need to bring that back.
Well, if you guys know, right, from that point on, up until, a couple of years ago, all of those games were at Waverly.
Yeah.
Right.
And so what you're going to see here next week is the first time since 1969 that Waverly has played Piketon at Piketon in basketball.
I did not know that. I knew it'd been a long time, but 1969.
That's it. So it's going to be, you know, we're happy to have them in. It's a great rivalry. It's always nice to have county rivalries. I know Coach Bradley made that comment about they played Western already and they played Eastern already. Obviously, we have as well. So it's nice to be able to play those 3 schools just because everybody knows everybody. The community does too. So we're chomping at the bit though to try to see if we can get one.
Well, I hope you guys do. And like we said, if you guys win, we're both singing. 1969, right? I'm gonna write that down.
Yep.
So let's talk about the Red Streak season. I know, you know, Coach Miller's talked about it. The Deck and the Swindler and the Beast have talked about it. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I just really reiterate what these guys have said, right? I mean, it's a great group, but the reality of it is we do only have one senior, right? I know Coach and I talk about this a lot that, you know, we probably put more on these guys because we had almost all of them last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of think they're more of a veteran group than quite honestly what they really are, right?
Okay.
They've got one senior. We've got, you know, we're kind of junior heavy. Obviously, Bo got some time last year as well, so they've got some of that. But the reality of it is that we've got everybody back next year but one, right? So there's going to be some growing pains this year. You guys have seen it. You've been with us the entire time, and we've seen that as the season kind of started, we had trouble finishing games, right? And so these guys do a great job in practice. They work on that stuff every day in practice. They really don't get too high or too low. And that really, to me, is a testament of a team that you're going to see that is going to be a lot better at the end of the season than they are at the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah, you can just tell that now. Just from what is this, 6 games in? I mean, yeah, just each week from what we see, it just builds on the last, and there's just progression each week. And really, I know I probably beat a dead horse. You really should be 4-2. I mean, it was just one of those things. It's basketball. It's like baseball. It just kind of happened. Just 1 point. It is what it is. So yeah, I mean, great. We see it. We talk about it. Talk about just everything that you guys build on. I get to hear it when the swindler comes home and talks about just different things that happened and just different how things have changed and just different roles, and just you can just see the fruits of that. So kudos to you guys for putting together a good program.
Well, it definitely feels like they believe it.
Mm-hmm.
This group is again such a joy to be around every day in practice. I mean, obviously we get on to them, but it never gets to that point where you don't feel like they want to continue to show up every day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's always a positive for us, because you know a group is going to get better when you feel that, right? We always talk about being tough, being connected, and being enthusiastic, right? And that's what I think this group really brings every single day. And we have those talks with them about what could have been with 2 1-point losses, but we also kind of tell them as well, like, hey, like, that's the reality.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you had the chance and we didn't do it. So this is the reality, and you have to be able to fight for those little moments every single game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's good to hear all this stuff from Coach K and Coach Chili. I thought I did a pretty good job, influencing them.
It's on you there, T.
It's on me. No, they're great kids. I've known Kyle since 7th grade, and and him and the Big E Farmer. I told Farmer I saw him the other day, and these guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, they are.
They are, and I've told Chili this, and I know I've told him that. Don't worry too much about that. I know it's easier said than done, but don't worry about the W's and the L's, because as long as you can look in the mirror and say, hey, I've done my job, the best of my ability, same way as players, those guys know that. If they can look in the mirror and say, hey, we've given it our best shot, that's all you can ever do.
Well, and let me just also finish off and say this too, Freddie, and really it's a testament to the teams that we play too. I mean, take no credit away from what Western did to us. I mean, they were the ones that fought back, right, and won that game. So that's a great staff, great team out there. Eastern, obviously, the same thing, right? And then even Adina, like, these games, I mean, that's a credit to those teams, right? So we just have to keep moving and getting better every day.
Absolutely. So, all right, well, Coach Chili, appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate what you're doing for us.
Thank you for the stats.
Yeah.
And
no problem.
The trivia. So that's awesome. 1969. So again, appreciate you coming on, and definitely want to have you back.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. That was Coach Nathan Childers, assistant coach for the Piketon Red Streaks, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. T. Fred. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. This is Ritchie's Inside the Paint. We appreciate Ritchie's for letting us come down here. We're going to be back next week here. We'll try to get Eastern and Western here to talk to them about their seasons so far, and then try to rotate each week. A couple teams, each show. So we want to do it every week. We hope you guys continue to tune in. We want to get some people to sponsor this. And just remember, from me, well, and for Freddie, next Friday we will be live. We're going to be video streaming it, right, fellas? Video streaming. We're going to be on 100.1 WXEQ for the Piketon call and 100.9 WXIZ for the Waverly call. So we're going to have you covered next week if you can't make it down to Piketon. But we do encourage everybody to come down. Let's pack the oven. First time since 1969. That's awesome. I did not know that. So come out and support both teams. Great Pike County rivalry. And I do want to say real quick, we need to bring back that Holiday Classic. So I've said it last year. We need to get that back. I don't know. I think it had something to do with location, which was kind of the issue that killed it. But we got to bring it back. Put that aside. Let's bring a Holiday Classic back. So with that being said, I'm the Madman. It's T. Fred. There's Coach Chili and Rock'n Rodge is over there. He got him some pizza. We'll see you all Friday. Have a good night. Thank you.